Okay, let's see if this works better. The sound quality, the sound level is much higher now, so it might be distorting. So most of this last few months I've been trying to put together a better web front end to my multi-user dungeon. So the original Telnet source came out in 89 or 90. I definitely started using it in about 1990, running it on a Unix machine I had at Imperial College. And at some point we ran up to probably 30 users at a time. And it was an interesting technology at the time because it was pre-web. The web didn't exist yet. People would mostly use it to chat with each other, because one of the things it did allow is to have multiple people logged in into say a room and then chat with each other, and they can wander around and do puzzles and basically have an interesting time. The TinyMud system basically is a in-memory database, and authorized users can add to the database, providing more content. So it was definitely a social system. Over the early years of running the TinyMud engine, I realized I could do a lot more with it as a programmer by adding capability and removing some of the code that was built into the engine and moving into what's called a lock function. So the database contains rooms which have a name and a description. Rooms can contain players and things, and rooms are linked together via exits. They're not orthogonal. They're not, so that's what's called non-Euclidean spaces can be generated, in that sense that if you keep going east and you can end up back where you started, or you can go east and west and end up somewhere different. There's no constraints. The exits can be arbitrary text, so you're not limited there, and the room description basically can be as large or as small as you want it to be. Since there's no preconceived ideas of environment, whatever you describe your room to be basically is up to you and your imagination and the imaginations of the people who visit it. This is a quick test, basically to see how the streaming software is working today. I haven't done any streaming for a while, so I've just been turning up the volume, but it looks like it's going into the red occasionally, so it might be breaking up the sound. So I'll just end this test.